Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to another Liverpool post-match review show and another winless Liverpool post-match review show. Liverpool's 13-game unbeaten run has come to an end, in all competitions that is. And let's be honest, it's probably the worst 13-game unbeaten run that we've ever had as a Liverpool team. And it's been terrible, to be honest with you. Haven't enjoyed a single one of those. I'll tell a lie. The Marseille game was a good game. All the rest have not been enjoyable whatsoever. And we should just forget about it. Because when you look at how that has gone, we failed to win any of our last 5 Premier League games. Bournemouth now, Burnley, Arsenal, Fulham, Leeds. We have had 5 wins since September. That's 5 wins in 18 games. But Liverpool, the champions, have 1, which is despicable, really. We're 12th in the form table. These are just little things that shouldn't be happening when you've won a league. You spent the amount of money we spent. Yes, we had losses. We've lost players. We've lost key players. But we brought in extremely good players. And we have a manager that seemingly can't handle it right now. And it has looked that way for a very long time. When you look at what's happened today and what I'm tired of, not even what I'm tired of, one of the things I'm tired of is the fact that when we concede the first goal, I'm already defeated. I'm already defeated. I don't think we're going to win the game. Because history this season has told me we're not going to win the game. We have not won a Premier League game. I've said this to you guys before. We have not won a Premier League game after conceding first. We've only picked up 2 points after conceding first. A draw against Sunderland and a draw versus Fulham. Other than that, we concede first, we lose the game in the Premier League. And it's just unacceptable. Like, I used to get laughed at, but it was the truth. Under Klopp, we were called, not by me, the press, the media, after Klopp said it, dubbed us as a team of mentality monsters. That went with Klopp. That's how it seems anyway. You know what, let me not be harsh. Last year we came back and we won games. Beginning of the season, we came back and we won games. But now that's completely gone. There is no confidence. I've said it before, I'll say it again. When we get punched in the jaw, we collapse. There is no fight in us. And I'm going to contradict myself right now because today we showed fight. Today we're 2-0 down and we came back to 2-2. Did any of us actually think we're going to win the game? Did any of us think we're going to win the game? Or were others, or many of us, worried we're going to throw it away again? So let me give you some stats about how Liverpool fared towards the end of games this season when we've either been drawing or we've had the lead. Crystal Palace, the start of a horrific run, it was 1-1. In the 97th minute, we conceded from a throw-in, a set piece. Then, the week after, we play against Chelsea. 96th minute, it's 1-1. We concede another goal. Then it takes a little while, but we come to Leeds. Guess what time it was then? 96th minute. 3-3. We concede a goal from a set piece. Then Fulham comes around. Guess what happens then? We concede in the 97th minute. Another goal from a set piece. And then lo and behold, today in the 95th minute, we're 2-2. Listen, I still would have been angry. I still would have been annoyed with a draw. It would have been 5 draws in a row. But it's much better than a loss. But lo and behold, 95 minute goes, we concede a goal from another set piece. It's just ridiculous at this point. How we continually want to concede, throw away points late in the game. Yes, some of you will say, yeah, but at the beginning of the season, the first 5 games, which Lamont has told me, the first 5 games, we were doing this to other people. We were scoring last minute goals. We were the ones that were celebrating late on and wheeling away and as fans saying, yep, we still got it. The way that has turned around is something special. And I'm not sure Slot has it in him to get a tune out of this team anymore. Let me just say this again. We have won 5 games in the Premier League since September. That's a run of 18 games. 5 wins in 18 games. And I don't see where we get our next win from. I don't. I should be talking about today's game, and I will. But I'm just so annoyed that we have come through this period of, okay, cool, we've stopped the rot, we've stopped conceding loads of goals, and Slot has made us hard to beat. He's made us horrible to watch, but there's a goal. We're horrible to watch because there's building blocks. We're now not conceding chances. We're now not conceding goals, even though we've had a 3-3 and a 2-2 recently. We're now not conceding as much. But yeah, what's going to happen is we're slowly going to get better and better, become more attacking. It looked that way on Wednesday, but we have to remember the Premier League is a different kettle of fish. Complete different kettle of fish. And we can't handle what the Premier League offers compared to Champions League. When you look at our next 4 games, I don't see us winning them. And that is not good at all. I hate having to say that. We have Newcastle at home next weekend. Forget the Champions League game. I'm talking about Premier League games here and FA Cup. So we have Newcastle at home, Man City at home, Sunderland away, and Brighton at home. Guys, ladies, watching, how many of you can sit there and say to yourselves, nah, we're going to win all those games? Oh, we'll win 2 or 3 of those. No, because if you said it, you'd be lying to yourselves. We have been atrocious for a long time. And you go back onto today's game, listen, the first goal that we concede, it's so lackadaisical, it's so blasé. Van Dijk has come out and said, it's the wind. And obviously, he's going to get laughed at. But it's quite possible it's the wind. There is a storm. There's a storm in Liverpool, but there was a storm that they were playing in at the time, and the ball was swirling around. We saw it. So yeah, possibly it was hard control, but then just swing harder at it. He doesn't go full pelt at swinging at it. He dangles a foot out. They score, and then to make it worse, Joe Gomez gets injured. And that's fine. Okay, it's not fine because this is one fit centre-back. And obviously, with the sad news of what's happened in the Konate family, we're all with you, Konate, we're down to one centre-back. Joe Gomez goes off, and for some inexplicable reason, our players decide, yeah, we can handle 6 minutes with 10 men. Let's just keep the ball. Let's keep the ball. Or when we don't have the ball, let's not commit a foul. You've got Slot and his assistant manager screaming at the players to kick the ball out. But for some unknown reason, we decided to keep the ball. We had the ball for more than enough time to kick it out, to get Endo on the pitch. More than enough time. And what happens? We get punished. We get punished, and we deserve to get punished because of stupidity. And you can't blame one player, you blame all the players. Because someone, even if you didn't have the ball, someone should have been screaming, kick it out. Kick it out, kick it out. And they didn't. So what happens? We can see the goal. We can see the goal, and we're 2-0 down. Van Dijk, who hasn't had the first 5-10 minutes before the goal, were good, to be honest with you. But from that point onwards, Van Dijk was shaky. With one player less, he doesn't hold the line properly or well enough. And Jimenez gets in on the right, and he buries it. And it's 2-0. And like I said to you before, I'm thinking it's game over. I don't even think we're drawing at this point. I think it's game over. We've lost. Then, to his credit, Van Dijk gets a goal just before half-time and kind of gets us out of jail. But it's still not good enough. Still not good enough because we should be going in half-time at least 1-1. Because when you look at the stats that you can see in front of you, in that first half, we had 62% possession. Yeah, expected goals wasn't great. We had 0.47, they had 0.63. But we had 6 total shots. 2 on target, they had 2 on target. 1 big chance, they had 1 big chance. We missed ours, they didn't. They scored theirs. But in reality, with all that possession, we should have gone at least 2-2 and then been saying, okay, cool, we dominate second half, we win this game. But that's not how it went. It's never good enough. At the moment, it's never good enough. Game after game, it's just unacceptable. So then you go to the second half and you're thinking, okay, cool, we've made a sub. For some reason, he decides to take off Kirkes. He wasn't horrible, but both goals came down his side, so he wasn't great. And he brings on a less attacking fullback in Robbo. Better defensively, fair enough. More leadership on the pitch, fair enough. But it's still not enough. I know some fans are screaming, when you take off Kirkes, why don't you bring on Ekitike? How does that make sense? Like, those of you that have written that and said that we should have bought Ekitike, how does that make sense? We're down 2-1. We can still, technically, obviously I don't believe it, but technically, in football terms, we can still get back into it. Why would we go down and take off a fullback and then put a striker on when you've still got 45, 50 minutes? Because there's always going to be extra time. 50 minutes to get 2 goals. This doesn't make sense to me. Like for like, fair enough. And we have so much more of the ball. As you can see on the stats, now we've got 73% of the ball. We end that half with 0.36 expected goals, 8 shots to their 9, 2 shots to their 3. They have 4 big chances, missed 3. We have no big chances. At one point, we had 80% possession and we hadn't had a shot on target. Then he makes some subs. Rio comes on. Rio lights it up. Rio should have got a penalty. A bit naive, if I'm being completely honest. He felt that contact, he should have gone down. When that contact was in the box, go down, that's 100% penalty. 100% penalty. Because he didn't go down and we didn't get anything from it anyway. So he should have gone down, we would have got a penalty, and it would have been 2-2. But he doesn't. Next time I think he will. But lo and behold, he attacks Jimenez again. Jimenez can't help but foul him. And then it's a very smart goal, reminiscent of a goal that Trent scored against Chelsea a while back. Free kick from Szoboszlai. So Szoboszlai has an assist and a goal in this game. Salah steps over the ball, rolls it back. Szoboszlai curls it around the attacking players coming from the wall or from the side of the wall into the back of the net. 2-2. I'm thinking, okay, cool. It's 2-2. Just don't lose this game. I don't want to draw really and truly, but don't lose it. Like, the draw is the worst we should get, and we keep it moving. But no. After that, they woke up, and we fell asleep. It was a bit tick for tat, but they had the better chances after we scored that goal in the 80th minute. And, lo and behold, the team with the better chances won the game. I just think today was unacceptable. I don't know how long Slot has got. I don't know if they're not sure if Alonso is the right man. Maybe, just maybe, Richard Hughes is sitting there thinking, I want Areola. And I'm not going to get him during the season, so I'm happy to wait until the end of the season and we can thrash something out then and bring Areola in because he plays a more attacking style of football. When you look at that, yes, they have lost. This is what their first win or second win in 14 games. But they've gone through crazy injuries and losing player after player. Maybe that's what he's looking at. Maybe he's looking at him in the summer. But right now, top 4 is in jeopardy. We're 4th right now, 1 point ahead of Man United. But if Man United do the unthinkable and they beat Arsenal tomorrow, then guess what? We're 5th. That's still potentially Champions League. But if Chelsea win, they close the gap on us. And that's not what we need. Because with Chelsea sitting there on 34 points, 2 points behind us, we will be 6th. We will be 6th by the end of the weekend, which is not good enough whatsoever. But guys, I've had enough. I've said enough. I want you to like. I want you to subscribe. I want you to share. I want your comments. Because I said on the main show that once I get comments in the chat, that I will read them out. And we got a comment from DSOSD33. And they said, about us, in the 1-1 draw after Burnley, too many players that are not completely hungry on defence and in attack. Sounds a lot like today as well. Thanks, DSOSD33. Continue to comment. I will read them out. But today, I said it before, I say it again, not good enough today. And how many lives has Slot got? Because he's really running out. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. Peace out.